First thing we'll do is take one of these apart. And see what we got to work with. Those are little double-sided sticky pads. They're handy to keep. I never throw them away anyway. Right, these ones you can usually pop apart fairly easily. Right, I've got it apart. A little bit more destructive than I normally do. Normally these pillars go into these tubes and they're usually just a push fit, but for some reason they've chosen to actually glue these, so there wasn't an easy way of getting them apart. So if I needed to repair one, that would be a real pain trying to get them apart. Anyway, this is what we want. We want that coil, and this is going to be a bit of a pain because it looks like that's glued in place as well. We don't need that circuit board, but I want to be careful and desolder the wires going to it. So I've got as long a piece of wire going to the coil as I can. And then we want the solar panels. So, can we get this apart? Oh, now that. Even that one, it looks like they've glued one. No, no, they haven't. Take that back. So that comes apart all right. Okay. Oh yeah, that's going to pop apart as well. So it's just the outer casing that they glued. All the rest is coming apart nicely. So I've got a little magnet there. Right, this could be a problem. In fact, that's doubly interesting because that little curve there. Oh, I see, that curve does go around. I was going to say it looked like that was in the wrong position. That's probably for a different design, but there's a little curved plastic edge there for this coil to go against, but it also goes around there. So I suspect we've got no chance of getting that coil off of there without it all coming undone. So I'm going to have to try and cut around it carefully. That's frustrating. And that's desoldered the bits. Now I'm going to have to try and see if I can separate the coil out. There's no point in trying to lever it off because it's glued in place, and that means that if I lever it up it will just fall apart like a clock spring. So I have to cut the plastic. It happens to be that sort of brittle plastic that shatters rather than being able to cut it nicely. So this may take more than one attempt. Luckily we got 3 to work with. I don't think I'll try and get that last bit of plastic off because I can see the coil is falling apart where it's glued to that bit of plastic. So I think I may even glue that back in place to hold it still. Well, before I went any further, I thought it'd be best to check that coil, and it is dead. So somewhere in there, when we've been trying to lever it apart, we've actually broken the wires. This one (586 ohms). Just check that's not my resistance. No, that's not my resistance. So that one's coming out 586 ohms, whereas the one that I've been trying to get apart It's given me nothing, so that one is a dead coil now. So somewhere in there. That's broken. At least you can see if it's in focus. They only put a spot of glue in there, but that was enough so that when we've levered it up, it's broken somewhere. Alright, we'll have to be even more careful with this one. Different technique this time. I'm actually cutting the plastic plate off the surrounding bit. And then I'll try and cut that around the outside so we can leave the coil in place on the plastic. It might cause problems with the balance. I think that's what I'm going to do, leave that. I might trim it down just a little bit more. Right, I've trimmed it a little bit more. Now try a lump of hot glue to hold it in place. Well, soldering that was fun. My eyesight really isn't good enough for that. So we've got the wires of the coil soldered directly to the positive and negative, and then positive is to the negative, negative to positive.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.